Hey YouTube, me again. A couple things I'm coming to explain. One, when the Bible tells you that when you pass, you have to take an account for the stuff that you did, that's not, how you say, God's way of trying to scare you. Um, like, you know how the church will be like, oh, when you pass, if you don't accept Jesus, you gotta take into account for everything that doesn't mean, oh, God's just waiting to, punish you horribly. That's not what that means. All that simply just means is everything you did in life, once you pass, you and God just look at it on a visual and y'all talk about it. Because He know ain't nobody perfect. No one was sitting down here perfect. He wasn't expecting no one to do anything right all damn time. It's not the point. The point is, he wants to show you what you did. So he's like, okay, that could have been done better, but you tried to do what you could do and it didn't work out. So, hey, stuff happens. But the point is, just let's just try to better it each time. Because here's, like I said, here's the reality again. He does not expect anyone down here to do everything right, because it's just not going to happen. While you're in this flesh, you're going to be tempted to do wrong. But here's the big difference in it. Either you do wrong and try to make it right and own up to it and get forgiveness for it, and try to make it right, or you do wrong, you don't own up to it, you still keep doing it, and you don't admit it. That's what's going to make your J-Day way worse. But like I told you before, Judgment Day is only as bad or as good as you make it. So, yeah. It's not no fear of the day you're going to have to take an account now. All it, all it simply is just him and you looking into your life to see what you did wrong or right, to see how you could have fixed it. That's all that is. Then he'll ask you about it, you tell him how you really feel. Then he'll tell you how he feels, and then y'all just keep it moving. Really, that's all that is. And when he tells you that he sees everything that you do, that means everything. And I do mean whether you're intimate or you're cheating or you're doing something immoral or something righteous or very wicked. He sees everything that you do. And that doesn't mean just church-wise, even though the worst things he sees are in the church. But, yeah. So I thought I would just throw that out there. And to share some stories about life and death that I dealt with just to make people appreciate their life more. Okay, so my first experience with death, it was when I was like 6, and, oh, my friend, her dad, he was the fitness instructor at my middle school, and he was a very nice man, very well kept, very, cool, understanding, all that. Came into school to teach people how to stay healthy. And strange enough, one day he wasn't at school like, he normally is, so everybody was wondering what had happened to him. And mind you, he was only like in his 40s, so very young, healthy guy, and apparently he had passed away from a very bad heart attack. And yeah, so we had a whole funeral outside for him, and he had like a white hearse and a white casket, a white horse-drawn carriage. People was playing bagpipes and it was raining. I was like, this is weird, but okay. He passed right around the same time that everybody got to know him, so yeah. Second thing, this is when I lived on the north side. Um, so I think that, yeah, this happened twice now that I think about it. My one friend, whose name I cannot remember, so we was at school, and this is why I say you should literally cherish every second of your life, because you don't know when you're leaving this world at all anyway. And cherish the people who are right by you, because you don't know when they're leaving it either. Anyway, so me and him happen to be, coming out of school. We going to recess talking and everything. I was like, "What's good, bro? How you doing, man?" He's like, "Hey, man, what's happening?" I was I told him like everything cool, everything alright. I asked him like what did he learn in his class. He told me. He asked me what did I learn in my class. I told him. And as we talking, for some strange reason he just stopped talking, and I don't know why. And I was the only one out of the two of us that was talking. So I'm like, asking him questions. He is not responding at all. And okay, a good couple minutes go by, and I'm just wondering why he ain't responding. I'm like, hey, maybe he's just being polite. And, some people like to listen more than they talk. I can understand that, definitely. But then he stopped talking altogether, and that was scaring me. So I'm like, hey, yo, bro, you cool, man? You cool? You good? You all right? And he's just standing there looking like a statue with no facial expression, but just like he literally had no facial expression, just sitting there still, very still. And then I got scared, so I called one of my teachers over, and they're like, "What's wrong, man? What's wrong?" I'm like, "So and so is not responding to me. He hasn't been for like several minutes." And they're like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? What's going on? Are you all right?" And then he wasn't responding to them, so then they called the firefighters and the ambulance. They came over, asked what the problem was. I told them, like, my friend, he's not responding to me. Oh my goodness, what's wrong? What's going on? So they like touch him, and then he fell. I was like, what the hell? Then his eyes rolled into the back of his head. I was like, what the heck? And then they asked me how long had I been talking to him. I was like, a good 15, 20 minutes. Well, they said, you've been talking to a dead body. I was like, for that long? I was like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, your friend's literally been dead for like 10 minutes. Hey, yeah, you've been talking to a corpse. Mind you, I was 11 in middle school. Shocked as hell. This guy literally died when I was talking to him right on the side of me, and I didn't even know. He was standing there so stiff, or sitting down so stiff, I wasn't even aware that he died. Then they called the ambulance, had to take him, and then they brought him back a couple days later. He ain't said nothing about what happened. So then I asked him, I'm like, hey, Mike, what's up, man? He's like, hey, bro, what's going on? I'm like, so he don't remember nothing that happened. And I asked him, like, so do you remember at all what happened? He's like, wait, what do you mean, what happened? I was like, what the heck? How do you not remember? Oh, boy. So I asked him, did he at all recollect what occurred? He said no. I'm like, wait. So you don't remember when me and you was outside and you stopped talking altogether? He's like, oh, you meant that? I was like, yes, yeah, that, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, yeah, what about it? I'm like, so what happened? I was told that you died. He was like, oh, well, weirdly, when you was talking to me, for some odd reason, I came out of my form. I don't know why I did. And I looked at myself, and I was glowing, and I was trying to see if you could see me. Like, Matt, I'm not in my body. Why are you talking to me? But I guess you couldn't hear me or see me. I was like, what the hell is going on? And then I heard a voice call me, and then some type of weird portal or something opened, and I walked into it, and I seen nothing but light everywhere. And then I asked the voice who was it, and they said it was God. I was like, wait, am I dead? He's like, yeah, for the moment, I just want to talk to you. Then I asked him if he remembered what occurred. He's like, no, I can't remember. I was like, okay, that's weird. But anyway, I was like, alright, well, man, I'm happy you're okay. He's like, yeah, that was a weird experience. I was like, oh, alright. Then another time was my friend, God rest her soul. Her name was Jolisa Barber. So we all in school, and I guess you could say just a normal day. Everybody in school, we all saying our goodbyes, which who knew hers would be her last. But anyway, um, we all leaving. We're like, all right, everybody, see y'all Monday. See y'all Monday. Have a good weekend. Back when people actually spoke and the internet and stuff wasn't ruining and destroying people's humanity. But anyway, so yeah. So we all come back to school after the weekend, and she don't come back. So nobody made a big deal about it, and it was just like, wonder where she is, and she ain't come back for like several days, and I guess nobody knew what happened. So in my head, I'm thinking, where is she at? She ain't been here in like a week. Hope everything's okay. So within a couple of days after that, and I look out the hallway and I see this group of teachers coming down the hallway. So as they go in one class, they go in the classroom is silent till they come out, everybody crying. I'm like, wait, what the hell? What is going on? So then they come to every classroom, and before they go into class is silent, they come out, everybody crying. I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? So then they finally get to my class, and they came like, oh, how you guys doing? How y'all day going? I'm like, good. I got a question. Yes, go ahead, Matthew. Where is Jolisa? She ain't been here in a while. What's going on? And they're like, oh yeah, that's what we came to tell y'all. Unfortunately, we received word that over the weekend Jolisa passed away. What? Huh? Huh? What? He's like, yeah, unfortunately, we learned that she was going to go visit her mother over the weekend, and apparently her brother did a bad drug deal. And them guys who he did the bad drug deal on came to get him for what he did, but unfortunately, he was not there. And her mom and her was, and they, opened fire on their house. And unfortunately, she had been in the area where the bullets were aimed at, and well, they hit her, and she died, or she passed away automatically. And her mom got struck too, but she passed away automatically. I said, wait, this was just on the weekend. They were like, yeah. And I'm like, so why are we just now hearing about it? And they're like, well, we didn't learn until like just this week what had happened because nobody knew, and her family just now told us. I was crying so hard. I was like, oh my goodness, are you? Oh, and unfortunately her mom got hit in the crossfire, but thank God she survived, but So I was crying for like a week, and it hurt so bad I couldn't stop crying. It's just, whew, boy, oh boy. And then I made like a refrigerator size card for her inside and out colored that thing. Don't know if y'all know how big a refrigerator is, but that thing is huge. Like, oh boy. And then I received word that the same guys who came after her brother who killed her came back after him and unfortunately got him too. So yeah. And oh yeah, my friend Devon, same situation, but it was his mom. So with that said, again, this video is just to teach people to, try your best to respect life and expect death, but respect them both. Cause like one brought you in, one gonna take you out, so just expect it. Anyway, so went to go to my friend Devon's house, normal day like any other, and I guess this is one night where I was trying to spend the night because I wasn't trying to go back to where I lived at because didn't want to be there in the first place, but stuff happens. So, was playing, I think it was Major League Baseball on the PS2. And mind you, my friend's mom was a paraplegic, but she had a heart of gold. So anytime I went to their house, she always made sure I was fed, that her son was allowing me to play his video games. She just like treated me like family. So one night I tried to spend the night because she asked me like it was super late. So do you want to stay here or do you want to walk home? Because I don't want nothing to happen to you. And I said, well, if you don't mind, ma'am, I would prefer to, just sleep over. And she told her son to just give me a blanket and a pillow and I could just sleep on the pull-out couch that they had because she didn't want me sleeping on the floor because she thought that was inhumane. I was like, thank you very much. Very good-hearted lady. Anyway, so we did, but then my brother came and, Matt, where are you at? You know you ain't supposed to be out of nobody else's house. You know you ain't supposed to be spending the night. Get your blankets down here. Get home right now. I'm like, alright, fine, okay. So then I was like, Miss Trowell, I can't stay tonight, but thank you. She's like, are you sure? Because I don't want nothing to happen to you. I said, yeah, yes, ma'am, I'm sure I can't stay. And she's like, all right, well, Devon, just walk him downstairs and make sure he get out safely and all that. And I was like, so rude. Anyway, so then that same night I left, I get back and I go to sleep within an hour. I got back and then I get this knock on the door and like an hour later. And it's my homie Devon, and apparently his mom passed away an hour before I left. I mean, an hour after I left her house. I'm like, and this is what had happened. So I go back, go to sleep. A really wild knock on the door happened, and I heard it, and I heard, "Is Matt there? Is Matt there? Is Matt there? Oh my goodness, is he there?" And then everybody's like, "Devon, calm down. What's wrong? No. Is Matt there? You don't understand. Something bad just happened." And they're like, Matt, come downstairs. Devon's here. I was like, what? And then I go downstairs. I'm like, hey man, what's up? What's going on? He's like, bro, you don't understand what happened? I'm like, what happened? My mom died. Again, I paused. I'm like, wait, what? Wait a minute. What you mean? I was just there an hour ago. He's like, yeah, no, it happened shortly after you left. I was like, what the heck? Then I asked him to tell me what had occurred, and he's like, okay, so after you left, I turned everything off, went to go in the room, tell my mom good night. I turned her lights off and all that. But then for some odd reason, something had told me to wake up, and I did. And something told me to go check on your mom, go ask her about something. So I did. I go in the room, I try to shake her, she ain't moving. I feel in her body, it was cold, she wasn't breathing. I'm like, okay. And he's like, so I had to call the ambulance. They went in the room, checked on her, and they told me she died. I was like, um, okay, wow. He was like, yeah, so, yeah, I just had I come to tell you that because I know you were really close to my mom. I was like, yes, thank you. All right. So, Anywho, so I walk by her apartment and I see her body being taken out the apartment by the coroners and all that stuff. And yeah, I was like, this is weird. And yeah, forgot anything else. I've had a lot of weird stuff happen to me in life, so yeah, I think that's about it. All right.